Hey, what's up guys, it's Oakley, and CA posted a little bit of a teaser online, an image of a door in the forest, trying to be a little bit mysterious, although some people dug a little bit deeper and found that if you looked at the kind of website directory for this, it says WEF teaser, which people basically pieced together that, yeah, that stands for the Wood Elves, so all but confirming that soon we're going to be getting a teaser for the Wood Elves coming out. This is really cool. The Wood Elves are an awesome faction centered out of Athelloren. They're one of the three main principal elf factions. There's the Dark Elves, the High Elves, and then the Wood Elves. Wood Elves, as I said, guard Athelloren. That's going to be their home, and they sit within it and try and defend it from threats from the outside, namely dwarves, empire, chaos, whoever else it might be, but then also threats on the inside like the beastmen and others. So they're a cool army in that they focus a lot on surprises and ambushes, kind of like the Beastmen, but they have a lot more in the way of archers, hit and run tactics, which I really like. So the Wood Elves themselves, what is their army composed of? Well, they have infantry units, and these are mostly going to be archers, like Glade Guard units, which are pretty much the core of your forces. They have a longbow, then you have Deepwood Scouts, which again help with kind of creeping around, and then Wildwood Rangers, and then finally Eternal Guard, which are kind of the highborn guys, the more elite versions which have bows, and I believe they're armed with a sword staff as well. So the Elven infantry there you can see mostly equipped with bows, but then also having backups. Now the other infantry, which isn't necessarily straight up Elven, is going to be the creatures and spirits of the forest that they can call to their aid. So some of these are going to be the Dryads, which are forest spirits, kind of small trees that can come and tear through other forces, as well as Treekins, which are also spirits from Athelloren, which bond themselves to dead trees and come alive. And then there's also some of the more elite elven troops that I mentioned, Way Watchers and War Dancers. So cool little mix there, not necessarily anything too super strong, beefy, and tanky. It seems very swift, agile, but it does pack a punch. Now after this, you're also going to see Wood Elf Cavalry. They have Glade Riders, Sisters of the Thorn, Wild Riders, and Warhawk Riders. So I will note that the roster I'm reading off of here is just from the Warhammer Fantasy Wiki. It's not at all confirmed for CA and the Warhammer game, but this is indicative of what you might experience. So Glade Riders are going to be the ones basically who have bows and spears, and they're going to ride into battle, which is going to be awesome to see. Next, they do have an assortment of war beasts. The Great Stag, which is sweet. The Unicorn, actually. They have a Great Eagle. Then they have the Tree Men and even Forest Dragons. So the Tree Men are going to be these huge, basically larger than Dryads, huge, gigantic sized trees with magical powers that do great amount of damage. Those guys are going to be sweet, and I think the inclusion of the Great Eagle is hopefully going to be a nice counter, or perhaps somewhat of an equivalent to something like a Terrorgeist or a Vargeist, and that's going to be very useful for a fast, nimble force to have something up in the sky as well to give them basically covering fire. In terms of lords, they have Highborns, they have Spell Weavers, and Ancient Treemen. So the Spell Weavers are going to be kind of supporting the back lines, female mages, although there are some who are also males, and they have the Lore of Life, Lore of Beasts, and the Wood Elf specific Lore of Athelloren. So that's going to be cool to see kind of what comes out of this, both offensive and defensive moves. Heroes, Shadow Dancers, Waystalkers, Branch Wraiths, and then notable characters here, Orion or Orion, King of the Woods, the immortal consort king of Athelloren. He's a rampaging avatar of the elf god Kurnuos. So he may make an appearance. Durthu, one of the eldest of the Treemen Ancients. Araloth, the Bold, or the Hooked Blade. There's Dryka, and there's a whole bunch of other guys as well. So this is going to be really cool. I love this roster. I did get to play a little bit of it previously in the Total Medieval 2 Warhammer mod, where the Wood Elves were in there. Not all of their lords, but a fair amount of the units that we've covered right here. So I'm very excited to hear more about this faction coming out soon. It's definitely going to change up what factions we have available in terms of kind of outstanding tactics. I really like the hit and run of the elves. I always love bows. They're so fun to do. It's something I've been doing a lot as of late. kind of playing with Bretonia and just spamming a lot of peasant bowmen and seeing where that gets me. I just always find archers and that type of fighting very intriguing. So we'll see how these guys play out, and if their maps suited to them. I imagine in open ground they're not going to do too well, and so yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But that's it for this brief recap. Like I said, we'll have to wait until there's official news of any variety. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. See you in the next one, and peace out.